Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on our first ever virtual open day. This morning we're here with our engineering team, Stephen, Tomac and Gordon. So this morning the team will run through a short presentation of why you should study engineering and why you should study engineering at West Lothian College. We'll then answer any questions that you've sent in via our website. So over to you, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen Hunter. I'm one of the electrical engineering lecturers at West Lothian College. I teach from level 5 to HNC. I also teach SECT with the electrical apprentices.
Perfect, thanks Stephen. And Tomac, what about yourself?
Hello everybody, my name is Tomasz Slowinski and I teach mostly HNC and H&D subjects in engineering systems and mechanical engineering. I do also evening classes at times, and sometimes I teach some level 5 and level 6. A little bit of electrical as well, so kind of a jack of all trades.
So a wide range of subjects there, yeah. And what about yourself, Gordon? What is your background in engineering?
My background is mainly in electronics. I then moved into a little bit of computing. Latterly, I've been involved in engineering systems and mechanical engineering. And I think this just shows that once you get into engineering, that you do diversify quite a bit.
Perfect, thanks all. So now we will switch over to the presentation. So yeah, if you want to take it away, Gordon. Thanks.
The ideal engineer is a composite. He's not a scientist, he's not a mathematician, he's not a sociologist or a writer, but he might use the knowledge and techniques of any of these disciplines in solving engineering problems. And that was said by Nathan Washington Doherty. Now, here at West Lothian College, we offer a variety of courses that will equip you with the necessary skills and knowledge to become that composite engineer. And the courses that we offer, we'll discuss further in this presentation. Yeah.
One of the disciplines that we offer is mechanical engineering. We offer mechanical engineering at level 6, HNC level 7, and HND, which is level 8. Mechanical engineering is, to put it simply, about how things move, how bodies move. It also deals with forces acting on these bodies. It also looks at the materials used to manufacture, to put together these bodies, and also the material characteristics. And it also looks at the effects of pressure and temperature. And in fluid systems, we look closely at hydraulic and pneumatic systems.
The electrical engineering courses we run at West Lothian College, they vary and they can lead you into many different career paths. First and foremost, to be an electrician, we run the pre-apprenticeship course that can lead you to get an apprenticeship. We also run our level 5, 6 and HNC courses. They can lead to you to be an electrician or into other career paths such as maintenance technicians, design engineers, consultants. The path is wide and varied, and you can also lead to you travelling across the world with the qualifications that you can gain at West Lothian College. Some of the course content throughout the courses is varied as well. It leads from generation, how electricity is made, to how we transport electricity from the power stations to the end user. We also look at the problems and how to solve the problems that you can get in electrical lines. And additionally, we're looking at equipment that uses electricity and how we can utilise that efficiently. And most importantly, how to work safely with the electricity. That's quite broad. Sorry.
Okay, so we also offer multidisciplinary courses such as NC Engineering Systems Level 5, NC Fabrication and Welding, HNC engineering systems and H&D engineering systems. So just to give you a little bit about what we do in those courses. So the NC engineering systems level 5 offers a wide range of subjects that will teach you how to solve some basic engineering problems, how to design using software, and it will also teach you some practical skills in our workshops. This will give you a solid foundation and understanding of what engineering is about. If you do well in your level 5 and complete all the required material and the maths modules, you'll be able to progress through our levels onto your HNC engineering systems. And then if you please, you can also progress onto our H&D engineering systems course. If you're looking for an apprenticeship, you can also apply for an apprenticeship after you complete level 5, because as I said before, you will be equipped with some of the practical skills in health and safety, etc., that will enable you to to get employment or an apprenticeship. Our HNC and HED courses will further develop your skills and provide even more knowledge to take employment, for example, as a technician at a technician level, or to progress further onto a degree qualification if you wanted to. So there's a variety of subjects in the systems courses. We do bits of mechanical, we do some software work, we do some electrical work as well, and a bit of electronics. There's a lot of practical work at level 5, and HNC level, it's more of a lab work, so we do a lot of labs and test different things. So we tend to do some examples on the whiteboard, solving some engineering problems, and then we try to prove it inside our labs, see if what the equations are showing us, it's reflected through the practical work. Use softwares, a lot of softwares such as Automation Studio, Yenka, Inventor. So Inventor is a 3D software. Automation Studio allows you to solve pneumatics and hydraulic problems. Yenka is used for electronic problems. So yeah, as I said, our multidisciplinary courses give you that wide range of subjects that enable you to understand how today's engineering works. There's also one course called Fabrication Welding at level 5. Again, fabrication welding, there's a lot of practical, teach you how to use TIG and MIG, but there's also a bit of academic to that course. You'll learn about material science. You also do some design work using Inventor. So again, a really good course if you want to become a welder and have that academic knowledge about the materials and a bit of design as well.
We also have some part-time courses at West Lothian College. We have, for example, a CAD evening class. This is typically a 12-week class studying an HNC CAD engineering unit. We also have HNC engineering systems in the evening. This is a 2-year course, 2 evenings per week, as is the HNC electrical evening class. Again, 2 evenings per week over 2 years. Both of these cover subjects similar to what we've already seen in the descriptions of the electrical engineering course content and the multidisciplinary systems course content. We also have, for day release students, NC Engineering Systems Level 5. This is a course that's in great demand by engineering companies for their apprentices. So this is a course with quite a wide range of subjects to choose from, and for this reason companies are really keen to send their apprentices. We also have HNC Mechanical Day Release. This is typically, as is the NC Engineering Systems Day Release course, this is 1 day a week over 2 years. With the Mechanical Day Release, quite often they join the full-time class, but quite often they exist on their own as well. And again, they are looking at the content that we saw earlier for the the mechanical engineering courses. We also have some part-time courses at HND. Now these courses typically infill into our existing full-time classes. Some people operate a bit on as distance learners, in that they take the material away and then work on it, attending college when they can. We try and provide as much flexibility as possible to endeavour to suit our learners' needs. Also, for schools, we offer 2 courses. We offer the Foundation Apprenticeship. This is a 2-year course concentrated around manufacturing engineering. We now, and this is a recent thing, we now offer also a 1-year course. So if you want to achieve the award a wee bit quicker, this is especially useful for people in school who are only intending doing year 5 at school and not year 5 and 6. For the both courses, though, I will say that attendance on Friday afternoon is mandatory, so it is something that you have to think about. For the 2-year course, it's Tuesday and Thursday afternoon plus Friday afternoon. For the 3-year course, it's all day Tuesday, all day Thursday and Friday afternoon. And finally, for the schools, we have preparation for the Foundation Apprenticeship course. This is a 1-year course, and it's mainly for S4s, and it's really just to allow them to get a feel for engineering, possibly then progressing on to the Foundation Apprenticeship course in year 5. Progression, again, Thomas has already spoken a little bit, as has Stephen, about progression. It goes without saying that in completing successfully any of our engineering programs, there is lots of choices, whether it be to go to the next level. So for example, level 5 to level 6, an engineering apprenticeship, which both Thomas and Stephen have talked about. Stephen possibly as an electrician, Thomas as an engineering apprentice. Apprenticeships typically, by the way, last between 3 and 4 years. Another progression route is to university. Our students with HNCs typically enter university year 2, and our students with an HND typically enter at year 3. So the HND students especially only really have to do another academic year before they achieve a degree in engineering. And finally, the reason we're all here is to get people jobs. So again, all of our courses, every single qualification is going to improve your prospects of getting that job that you want. And well-qualified and experienced lecturers are there to lead you every step of the way. Many of our courses include work placement. We've got great resources. Thomas has already touched upon some of the software that we use. Really sophisticated. We spend a lot of money in getting the latest versions available of the software that we use. We also are hoping to spend money improving, making our workshops bigger. The workshops at the moment consist of an engineering workshop in Livingston and a welding workshop at Oakridge College in between Uphall and Linlithgow. However, we hope to move the welding facility very soon to Livingston. Fantastic support with your studies to getting by. What I mean by that is whatever support you need, whether it be academic, financial, anything to do with being at the college and being successful, the support is there. And loads of site visits and trips to exciting engineering places such as Torness and even abroad. This year we had 2 planned trips for engineering students, one to CERN, which is on the French-Swiss border, and one to Germany. Obviously, these didn't take place this year due to the COVID-19 virus, but these are typical trips. But look, we try and make the courses fun. Every course as fun as possible, and to that end, trips are a big part of that. Trips also allow you to see possibly the environment you might end up working in. So again, they're very important for that reason. And finally, some pictures of trips. You can see on the left-hand side, you can actually see Thomas and Stephen. They're on the right-hand side of the main picture. This is a picture taken at CERN in Switzerland. In the background is the exhibition centre. Obviously underground is the Large Hadron Collider. The photograph to the right also features Thomas. This time he's in the Canary Islands, and the photograph below is in one of France. Okay, so lots of opportunities for visits near and far. And finally, a couple of quotes again. And one comes from James Kip Finch, and I'll pass over to Thomas to finish off and read the quote.
Okay, so the engineer has been and is a maker of history, and I think that here at Westland College we will make history together. We've got some fantastic stories from our students and successful stories, and I think it'll be good to have you there and start making history together next academic year.
Thanks all for that presentation. That's really interesting. Lots of opportunities at West Lothian College. So now there's just a few questions that have been sent in to us from potential applicants. So running through a few of them. The first one is, how many days are you in college for a full-time course typically?
Typically 2.5 days at HNC, HND level, and 3 days at level 5 and level 6.
Perfect. And the next question is, you mentioned quite a lot about opportunities, about going to CERN, obviously students going to Malaysia. Can you tell us more about the work placement opportunities and what organisations you work with in the engineering department?
They're wide and varied. For electrical, we get placements, we've got relationships built up with West Lothian Council, Arthur Mackay, most of the electrical contractors that are in the Lothians, but that's the biggest, FES as well. There's also the companies within Livingston as well, such as Mitsubishi, Tomic and Gordon. I'll be able to give you more information on that.
So our H&D students, they've got a part of their courses to do a graded unit. This is a big project. So recently we've been establishing some connections with local companies to enable our students to go into those companies and develop projects for the employer, and that satisfies the SQA requirements for that project, but also gives the students that kind of hands-on experience and work placements. So quite a recent project, we had 3 students working for JIBT this academic year, and they were working on producing SOPs for big fryers they've got in there. Previous year we had a lot of students in Mitsubishi. I can't remember the exact number, I think we had about 10 also working on projects for Mitsubishi, and 3 of those students were selected and taken to Malaysia to do an exposition for a Malaysian college. So I think Gordon can sort of mention a bit more about the context we also have, but JIBT, Mitsubishi, there's a lot of companies that work with us. Maybe Gordon, you can mention about a few as well.
Yeah, I think we mentioned the main ones, but we are constantly looking for new partnerships. Another one, for example, is Marine Engineering. Almond Engineering, Gordon Bow. Our welding students, for example, are very successful in gaining employment, having done the 1-year fabrication and welding course. So we're in touch with lots of companies. Our aim is to get placements for as many students as possible. We've already mentioned quite a few companies, but our aim is for more and more partnerships, more placements, more projects. And we're actively working towards that all the time. So what I can say about that is that the opportunities, the placements will only keep growing, keep increasing.
Yeah, perfect. So it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities there in terms of work placements. So do you have any specific examples of what previous engineering students have went on to do? I know you said obviously went on to work in jobs and go to university, but what kind of specific opportunities is there for progression after studying engineering at West Lothian College?
I think one of our students, so one of the stories worth sharing is that one of our students went to Glasgow University and got his master's, got first class master's, and then wanted to open up a business. So he's got his own business at the moment, working on some electric motors. So we do try to stay in touch with our students throughout their degree and also employment. I think we've had one of the school students called Morven. She went to work for Leonardo, and she's been really successful there as well. I think I can't remember the name on top of my head, but we also have some students that had apprenticeships and they've been awarded, the Apprentice of the Year. I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but I think if we sat down and sort of thought about this for 10-15 minutes, I think we have a lot of students, a lot of the names to share with you, because success stories. We've got success stories every single year. We've got students, achieving great things out there. And I'm pretty sure Stephen could share something about his 6 students, and Gordon maybe add a bit to that as well.
Yeah.
From some of the electrical students, the one that springs to mind is one of the students started off in level 5, got his HNC, and then we put him in touch with a design engineer company, Harley Haddle. They took him on and they paid for his university degree while he was in full-time employment. So they full-time employment. Now he's a qualified design engineer.
Right.
And he's quite young, and he's on over £40,000 a year. So
yeah, so there's obviously great progression routes through engineering at West Lothian College. So just a few more questions. So one question that would be sent in to us through our website by attendees at today's virtual open day is, should I be preparing for the course with any reading prior to starting?
I would say yes, particularly things like mathematics. I quite often point people to BBC Bite Size. That's got some really good revision material. I think it's especially important for people who are not coming directly from school to do a little bit of revision. If you're going into electrical, I would also advise looking at some of the basic electrical quantities, such as current, voltage, resistance, and just look at the connection between those. And likewise for mechanical engineering as well. It's always going to help if you come into a course with some prior knowledge, and that I think is just going to allow you to put certain things that come up into a bit more context.
Perfect, thanks Gordon. So the final question just from us today is, what advice would you give for potential applicants who are considering studying engineering or electrical engineering at West Lothian College?
I would start by saying great choice, and And I think, as what Gordon said, you know, sometimes when you finish school or you've been out of education for a while, you've got to brush up a little bit on your maths. Maths is inseparable from engineering. We do a lot of problem solving, and you know, we solve engineering problems using maths and equations. So I think if you've got a solid foundation for maths, like your algebra and stuff like that, it will definitely help you. Rest of the stuff we'll teach you in the college, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you want to get a little bit of a head start, I would say maths is the most important thing. And yeah, I think that's what's required. Yeah.
Yeah, what about yourself, Stephen? What advice would you give to potential applicants?
Again, it comes down to maths. But I wouldn't worry about it. We will get you through. We're more than eager to make sure that you succeed. I'm quite happy. We have additional support within the college, out with your classes, to ensure that you are successful in your course.
Yeah, and yourself, Gordon, what final piece of advice would you give to potential applicants?
For me, engineering is one of those things that's different every day. Sometimes we have difficulty explaining what engineering is about because it's so broad. Engineering is everything. I often say to people, look around you, everything that you can see that's man-made has been engineered. That's how important engineers are. Engineers basically build the world that we live in, and it builds all the devices we use, all the machines that we use every day to go from one place to another. Engineering is vital. As has already been touched upon, it pays well. It's not an easy option, as you may have gathered from what we've said about mathematics, but that's the way the world works. You know, you only get something really good out of something that you have to work hard at, and that's what engineering is. So my final thing is to say, why would you do engineering? Why wouldn't you do engineering?
Yeah, perfect. So that was really interesting. A lot of information in there. So thanks everyone for tuning in to our first virtual open day, and thanks to Stephen, Tomac and Gordon for their time today. And hopefully we've answered all of your questions. But if you have got any more questions for the team, please email us at marketing@west-lothian.ac.uk or message us on social media, and we'll be happy to help you out. And a final piece of advice from me is submit your application quick, because places are filling up. So yeah, thanks for your time today, and see you all soon. Thank you.